Welcome to the Childcare Business Coach podcast with Evelyn Knight, where mindset mechanics come together for success. Evelyn Knight is the leader of the ECE revolution and is on a mission to touch 1 million children's lives through the elevation of the ECE community.
Hello and welcome to the Childcare Business Coach podcast. My name is Evelyn Knight. Thank you so much for joining me and giving me this time, this beautiful Monday morning. Regardless of when you watch it, I just appreciate you, and hopefully I bring you the information that you need. As you are joining me today, make sure that you let me know you're here, even if you watch the replay or if you're listening to this on the podcast. Let me know. I do appreciate the interaction. Also, I would love and appreciate if you subscribe for the podcast and make sure you leave me a review. This is all information I put out in the world for free. And my ask in return from you is just subscribe to my podcast and make sure you give me a good review. Thank you so much for that. Thank you again, everybody, for being here. I am really excited about this podcast episode. I've been through a lot of experiences in the last few weeks. It's been a whirlwind for me. About the last week and a half, I have been to Albuquerque, San Diego, drove home from San Diego all the way home, which is about it's normally about a 9 to 10 hour drive, but it took me 15 hours because I stopped lots of places along the way. And then I got to go to Dallas. And so a lot of events. And with what I do a lot of events. By the way, speaking of a lot of events, my TED Talk was just released. I'm so excited. It's kind of funny. I didn't realize how excited I would be, but a friend of mine actually sent me a message last night with the link to my TED Talk. And, we normally just message back and forth YouTube videos, TikToks, whatever. So I didn't think anything of it. I clicked on the link and there I was on TED's website, or it was actually their YouTube channel. I was like, oh my gosh, it was crazy because it had just been released. It had already had over 6,000 views. Super exciting. I really I did the TED Talk, but seeing my TED Talk on the YouTube channel was just next level exciting for me. So please, I put the link in the notes for the TED Talk. I am so excited about it. Please go through and watch it. Make sure you like it, share it for me. I would love the more views, the better for me. So share it, like it, do all the things. But yes, I am on cloud 9 today because my TED Talk is on Ted's YouTube channel. So excited. You have no idea. So anyway, I am talking about events today and leadership. And I know I titled this Learn to be a Higher Level Leader, right? And I was thinking, how do I title this? I mean, there's so much I want to talk about, but how do I title this? Well, what this came down to for me was there's so many of us right now who are going to a lot of conferences. There are so many conferences right now, aren't there? Wow. As a public speaker, the amount of conferences I'm invited to right now is just mind-blowing. Definitely plenty of work out there for me to be picky and choosy at this point. But the amount of just conferences in early childhood education, and really it's not just our industry, it's everywhere. There's so much to choose from, right? There are so many trainings, and this person's offering this and that person's offering that, and this organization is now doing a conference and this organization is doing a conference. And I can tell you, as somebody who hosts a conference, it's a big competition, and it's kind of getting difficult in our space on what to host, to be honest. So I've been partaking in a lot of these conferences. I go to a lot more than I host, and I've really started to notice something. There's been certain things that have really, really stood out for me. But something happened over the last, I would say, 2 months that really opened my eyes to higher level leadership. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. You have so many opportunities as aspiring leaders to learn. In our day and age right now, we are overwhelmed with leaders. I went to a conference a couple months ago, and there was actually more coaches and business advisors in the crowd than there were actual attendees. And these were all looking for clients. They literally paid to go to this conference to try and get clients. And I just was just mind blown. And there's a part of me as a childcare performance coach, I'm changing. I'm not really, I don't want to say I'm a business coach. And this actually came to me from someone else saying, you know what, Evelyn, you're more of a performance coach, which I do. I'm a business performance coach, right? But I just was like, wow, this field is getting so oversaturated. And it really made me stop to think. I'm like, okay, well, what's going on here? And there's a lot of great content out there right now, but there's a lot of not so great content out there either. So I was really looking at the business coaching space, whether it's childcare, whatever it is. And I really started looking like at these different events I'm being asked to speak at. And there are some super high quality events. And then there are some not so super high quality. And the not so high quality comes in different forms. Some of them you can just kind of see people threw them together haphazardly. And they really didn't think about who they're going to be coming in, like who's coming in as a speaker, right? They just brought whoever they could in. There's others who I've seen, they're trying to get all the trendy things, right? It's all about being trendy. It's all about like entertaining. And that one really bothered me. That's one of the ones where I was like, what is happening here? And for a minute, I was like, is this what's happening to my industry? It's no wonder we're not categorized as a profession. We complain, and I say this over and over, but we complain all the time in early childhood education that we are not treated as professionals, yet we're not acting like professionals, right? It's like, hello, if you want to, I get treated just fine like a professional. I'll tell you that right now. Everywhere I go, I'm highly respected, highly treated as a professional. But yet there's these entire conferences that are doing very well that are very unprofessional, very unprofessional. And it really isn't lifting up our industry. It's not. There's a lot of trainers out there who, instead of really challenging you and approaching early childhood education from the place that we need to, they're telling you what you want to hear. They're placating. I realized a few things over the last couple months because I've been to some very, very amazingly high quality conferences, and I've seen some just, they're pandering. To be honest, there is no sugarcoating it. They are pandering. They are trying to sell you tickets, and they are bringing you entertainment, not knowledge. That is what it is. And what I have really found, a couple things. I mean, I really even questioned, do I even want to keep doing this? I mean, I've got plenty of people asking me to coach them in other industries. Found a couple things. I've been a business coach longer than it's been trendy. Now it's a trendy thing. I started way before. Secondly, the information that I teach creates real change. I have literally watched so many of my clients, not just their business, but their entire life change through the work I do. Third thing, I know I have what it takes to make it through the long haul, the long term. A lot of these trendy coaches out there, they're going to see it's not easy. It's not an easy job. What I do here on this side of the camera is not easy. And many of them are not going to make it. They're not, because this is a full-time job. And the value I am bringing will change your life, not just your business. So I realized that I just need to keep doing what I do. and teaching very high quality content. So I want you to really look at the results you're getting right now. You may be going to so many trainings. You might be attending every conference you can. You've been going to every training you can, but you're not seeing results. You may be sending your staff to tons of trainings, but you're not seeing results. One of the things I've realized in the last couple months is it's because of the quality. It's because of the quality. My business coach that I study under took me to this amazing mastermind with extremely high level people last week. And when I am talking about high level people, I am talking about people who are in the $100 million plus club, not like what, just beyond successful. And there was a few things that really shocked me. I think we all create this perspective of who these people are, right? And what they're like. And there are certain traits that they have that aren't what you think. First of all, they're some of the most humble people in the world. And you would never know standing in line at the grocery store who they are. They are not egotistical at all. That was the biggest thing. They're not fake. And they have confidence. A couple weeks ago, I did one of these Mindset Mondays for you. And I talked about how the difference between being nice and being kind, right? And I told you one of the kindest things anyone has ever done for me was to tell me to my face that I was fake and I was a liar. Because the honesty of that really opened my eyes to some things I needed to change. And as I level up in the world and I know my energy, my frequency, who I am levels up as a human being and as a person, what I've noticed is as I level up, my ego has to go down and down and down and down and down. And I become more me and I stop caring. I stop caring what anyone else is doing, the entertainment value, right? If you've been to the Child Care Business Conference, my summit that I do, you've noticed my events are very different. I'm not going to entertain you. I mean, I want you to have fun and relax because of your mental health. I do. And so we do put some things in there. I make sure you have plenty of time to enjoy wherever we are. There are things I do add to make sure that you are taking care of yourself, but that's more intentionally self-care. I am not there to entertain you. I am there to level you up. That is it. And I have heard over and over and over from people who've gone to the Child Care Business Summit how I've changed their lives. The people who work with me, I change lives. And that is what I'm there for. Yes, Sue Gibbs is talking about what exactly are you speaking about? I follow several amazing coaches. Yes. And the ones that you're taught are high level. And that's the thing is, yeah, like Beth, I know Beth really well. I know Connie, and I don't know Brian yet, but I should get to know Brian. But I do know, and like they're just different. They're different, right? They are sincere and they're coming from this place of high quality learning. I have a lot of respect for those two women and some others like Prana Richards, and who really have early childhood education in their heart. They're not just saying, hey, oh, look, I did good here. Now I'm going to go make some more money off of you guys and become a child care business coach. They're coming from a place of heart. Look at intent. When you're choosing these learning experiences, where is the person teaching you coming from? Look at your intent as well. When you're choosing different events to go to throughout the year, what are you trying to get out of it? Do you just want to go to a big party where you know you're going to get drunk and party the whole time, but you're really not going to gain anything? That's fine. And if that is your choice, there is nothing wrong with that. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that there is. There is nothing wrong with your choice, but be honest with yourself. Be honest. You may need to be on that entertainment conference, right? Because you might be overwhelmed. You might be exhausted. You may need that time to detach and be with your sisters in early childhood education. But don't fool yourself into thinking that going to that conference is going to make you a better leader. Look at what you're seeking and be honest with yourself. When you choose learning platforms, when you choose a coach or a trainer to follow, really listen to their content. Is their content something that you can really level yourself up with? Is it really going to make a difference? Are you really going to level up by using it? Is it even doable? Right? And what is their intent? Who are they? I have this idea to do something where I want to bring a bunch of the different coaches and leaders in early childhood education on my podcast, and you can get to know them. My heart is for early childhood education. To be completely honest with you, I really don't care if you choose me as your coach or someone else. What I care about is leveling up ECE. If you choose a coach who's going to help you level up your childcare center so that you can have a good, healthy business that puts children first, then that's awesome. That is what I care about. That is what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about changing the world through early childhood education. I understand the power that we hold here in ECE. And that's what's important. It's not about becoming a millionaire on the backs of children while you run a child farm that doesn't put the kids first. It's also not about going bankrupt because you put the children and your staff and everything ahead of you, right? It's not. It is about finding the healthy balance between being a good leader who is going to put the children first, put your business second, and your staff, right? And the reason I put business over staff is because you can't pay them if you're not running a healthy business. You cannot afford to pay your staff if you're not running a healthy business. So sometimes as leaders, we have to make very hard decisions. Sometimes as leaders, putting your business first is going to hurt some people. But overall, if you're putting the children first and you're there to serve them, you have to make those tough business decisions. And sometimes you even have to do it with the parents, right? That is what our ultimate goal of leadership is. Having the strength and the courage to do what is right, to do what is going to make you drive forward while putting the children first, regardless of how hard it is. So who are you choosing to follow right now? What events are you choosing to go to? I highly encourage you to choose events and leaders that are leveling you up. Don't waste your time and don't waste your money. There's a lot out there right now. And being a little bit more choosy is very, very important. Speaking of being a little bit more choosy, I've decided that with childcare business professionals, I too am going to be a little bit more choosy with the professionals that I work with. We are really looking to work with people who are committed and at a higher level. And when I say at a higher level, I don't mean you have to be making all this money or anything else. I want your thoughts. I want your mindset. I want who you are as a person to be a higher level person. I want the person who has it together, basically, mentally, has that courage to do what's best for the children, right? Who isn't stuck in a victim mentality, who doesn't blame the world for everything that's happening around them, and who takes ownership and charge, and who can help us lead the early childhood education revolution. The ECE revolution is here. It is time. Like I told you last week, I spent a few days with thought leaders in different industries. And these are people who literally revolutionized their industry. These are people whose net worths are over $100 million because they revolutionized industries, right? And one of the big things I realized is if I'm going to lead the charge on the ECE revolution and we are going to make this happen, unfortunately, I have to let some people go and I have to align myself with people who are capable of thinking at a higher level. I already have a lot of those in my membership, I have to say. When I was looking at it, I was actually super excited because I tend to attract those people anyway. The people that my business coach would say that are on my frequency are what I usually attract. So I already have a really good core group of high-level leaders. But now we're going to be a lot more intentional about solving the problem of early childhood education. We're going to start doing think tanks and doing more intentional work on how are we going to fix this industry. So if you are one of those higher level leaders who knows our industry is going to change, there is no way around it. And we don't want to let the change happen to us, but we want to guide it. If you're ready to join us, let us know. Message me. Let me know. I would love to get on the phone with you, chat about it, get you into our mastermind because we are about to change some major things. I have the opportunity to work with some of the greatest minds in the world right now. And I had the opportunity to tell them all what early childhood education is facing. And they helped me mastermind on some ideas. And that work is not done yet. So if you are ready to get in on that, message me so we can start working on finding the solution together. It is the most exciting time for us right now. I cannot wait for the work that we're doing. I am beyond excited to get started yesterday. So be sure to let us know if you know in your heart, and there's going to be some self-doubt there. But when I said that, if you got that ping inside of you that said, oh, I need to be on this, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Don't be paralyzed by analysis. Go with your gut, trust your instinct, and join us. I hope everybody is just ready for this new era in early childhood education. It is overdue and it is time. Again, message me and let me know. And again, watch my TED Talk. So excited about that. Have a wonderful week, everybody.
Thank you for joining Evelyn today. For more information, please visit childcarebusinessprofessionals.com.